Alrighty. What's up, gang? Hey, check it out. We're back after, I don't know, 8, 9, 12-month delay. I'm trying to record another podcast for you guys here. What's going on, everybody? Currently, Sunday, September 10th, 2023. When this airs, it will be Tuesday, September 12th. So we're going to miss 9/11, both on recording and on posting. That being said, I think it's only right and apropos that we do start the podcast by sending our thoughts and prayers to everyone who was affected by the 9/11 tragedy. I'd be remiss if we didn't say that. So I'll share also, because I think we talked about it on stream, I don't know, a week ago or so. I'll share my 9/11 story and everything with you guys. What else do we have on the card here for us? We have our first ever ad read coming to you guys. We'll do our clip of the week. Let's see, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, I'm dealing with a nasty back injury. Sorry if this full screen of my face is too much for you guys, by the way. I do apologize about that. It's good to be back, though. Missed you guys. Missed doing these, man. Life's been crazy. I'll go into that a little bit as well. We're also going to discuss the sworn enemies of the VTice channel. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them that have made the list thus far. I'm sure there's more that I may think of while we're talking about it. I will give you guys, per always, a content creation tip because obviously, you know, you guys should all take advice from me. I will break down a day in the life of VTice, both with work, content creation, and kind of how those intertwine with each other. And then that's about it. So we'll see if we can keep this around an hour, give or take. And we'll just kind of see where it takes us. So, like I said, first and foremost, I think it's important to shout out, the 9/11 tragedy 22 years ago. I'm just going to turn the music down. Can't think at the exact same time. Yeah, 22 years ago, which is crazy. I know a lot of you guys seeing this probably weren't even born when it happened, but I still remember that day pretty clearly. I was in first grade, fall of 01. Yeah, I would have been in first grade. So I wasn't quite old enough to understand what exactly was going on. What I do remember was I was a Tuesday, and then I can remember we got sent home early. I don't know the exact times in terms of when, plane number 1 hit tower number 1 and then plane number 2. I can't remember the times like when the towers collapsed and everything. But I do remember being at school that day and to be honest with you, being excited because we got sent home early. So, because as you look back on it, again, I didn't understand this at the time, but, if you recall, America, we thought we were under attack, quite literally. We didn't know if there was a third plane. We didn't know what else was going to happen during that day. So, we got sent home in Ohio. We got sent home from school early that day, probably around noonish, I would guess. The times are a little bit hazy. I remember a buddy of mine that lived nearby who was in the class. My dad worked night shift. He came and got us from school. And we went home and we're like, oh, sick, dude, no school today. We didn't know any better at the time. And it was, it's wild to look back on that though, and then to go back and watch like all the news coverages, like second by second as it was all happening and everything. And I still remember my dad just saying like, yeah, just get outside, go play, go run around, whatever. Cause my buddy's parents were working during the day, so they couldn't come get him. So he just stayed at our place. My dad worked night shifts at the time. So school called him. Said, hey, can you come get your boy and his buddy? Can they go home with you guys? Because we're shutting down the school for the day. It was crazy. And then I still remember, when you see videos of it, and I could almost still kind of recall the sense of patriotism that followed it, right? In terms of, oh yeah, this is, like, we all got to come together. This is America versus planet Earth right now. So one American for another one, which was, I hate to even say a silver lining behind it, but it's cool to know that we have the ability to achieve that patriotism, especially looking at it in 2023, right? But yeah, so that's essentially the stories. I just remember, I can almost recall the teachers, kind of discussing, and I think they were like, I don't know if they were like taking trips to the office or if like the principal came in and relayed it to our teacher, kind of the situation going on. But yeah, then I remember getting sent home from school. Then I remember my dad sending us outside to go play as he was watching the news as all this is unfolding, So it was kind of wild, but too young to understand, too young for anyone to tell us what was happening at the exact time when it, recalled. But I still remember that day pretty vividly, to be honest with you. So that was just kind of my story. I don't have anything cool, you know, really to share on behalf of it. But yeah, it's wild to look back on. I think that was 22 years ago. I mean, almost a quarter century. So, you know, I think it's important that, you know, like the slogan says, in terms of never forget. And, you know, I know that I certainly won't, and I certainly won't forget the patriotism that followed it. You know, and there was obviously a lot of negatives. We went to war after things like that. But I'd be remiss if we didn't at least talk about it a little bit, share kind of the story behind it, but most especially send our thoughts and prayers to everyone who was much more closely affected than I was growing up, right? I know there's a lot of people that want to talk about the conspiracies behind it, which is interesting, you know, and I certainly have my thoughts on it, on everything. I just don't think that's for today, right? It's not for, you know, the date of when the tragedy actually happened. I think that's more important to you know, kind of send our thoughts, prayers, like we discussed, to those affected. So we won't be talking about the conspiracies here, but maybe for another podcast or something, we can look back on that one of these days. As I mentioned at the start, I am incredibly excited to mention to all you guys, we actually have an ad read, first one of the channels. So thank you to our ad sponsor. This is coming from the Twix candy bar. Let's see here. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Do you like eating sand? Of course you do. Well, what if I told you you can make that mouthful of sand better with every bite? That's impossible, you may say. I thought so too. Right up until I had my first bite of that amazing Twix candy bar. I mean, come on. The highest ranked candy bar in the D tier on the official VTice tier list score for a reason. Added bonus. With each delicious bite, that sand spills out all over your shirt, pants, desk, pets, and loved ones, making your entire area a complete mess. Twix comes in 2 delicious flavors, right Twix versus the left Twix. But be warned, a rivalry is formed, and whichever you choose puts you in alliance with one faction and at war with the other. Are you on team right or left Twix? I still can't read, by the way. Are you on team right or left Twix? Doesn't matter. We both suck. Get your Twix candy bar at any local convenience stores, gas stations, shopping centers, trash cans, and or dumpsters. Use promo code VTice for 50% added on price to your order. But hurry, promo code expires soon. So once again, thank you to Twix for their very, very kind offer and sponsorship to the program. Obviously satire because Twix is dog shit, and if you like it, you're a dog shit. You have dog shit taste, and Reese's S tier. Not a discussion to be had. So, okay, moving right along here, we have our clip of the week that we like to start with. Now, I was asking Yugs about this because I guess, so every time I play any clip ever, it's very annoying. Every time I play any clip ever, it always gets shut down because I'm not reacting to it, I suppose. And according to Yugs, it's like you have to like pause it every like 30 seconds to talk about what's going on in the video, which is, I think, is ridiculous personally. But it is what it is. We're still gonna do it how we do it, and if they demonetize it, they demonetize it. They can go kick rocks. So I'm not gonna just keep pausing it and ruin the best parts of the video. So it is what it is. All right, let me flip this sucker over here. Okay. And then we want display capture. Boom, here it is. All right, my boy's gonna ride a, this is one of my favorite YouTube videos of all time. I find it absolutely hysterical. Shout out Kevin P. White. Go sub to him if you feel so inclined. My man's, I don't know if this is Kevin here. I don't know if this is Mr. White riding the bicycle. But he's gonna try to ride it down these escalators. Let's see what happens. I won't ruin it. As always, I'll let it play through once. Why is the audio not? Oh, I have my audio turned down in my headphones. That's why I couldn't hear it. Let me kill our work with down here. I mean, it's very limited. And if you look at the bike, it looks like one of those like in the bigger cities you can rent out if you're gonna ride from one place to another. He's got the flip flops on, so he doesn't have the proper attire on to try to stop this sucker. And I'm up, which is with the smash. And if you watch right there, boom, right there, he hits after he goes down the escalator, which I don't even know if the escalator is moving or not. Right as he goes down, his feet slide off of, how do I playback speed? Like 50%. So as soon as he hits right here, watch his feet, they both slide off the pedals. Then he can't brake, so then he's defenseless about what's about ready to happen. I don't know if she's supposed to like try to stop him. I don't know what her role was in this, or she just knew how this might end, in which case, good on her. She gets the best view of the house of the smash. Thank God he didn't go through whatever this is, like these glass panels or whatever. But let's go. Boom, right there. His feet slide off the pedals. He's officially defenseless. Nothing stands between his face and this glass panel right here. And his boys are all laughing at him. We'll put our playback speed on. So I'll play it one more time for you. One of my favorite clips. It's an all-timer. It's an absolute all-timer. I'll just yeah, so one of my, just an all-timer, one of my favorite YouTube videos on here. I thought it was one that was deserved to be shared with you guys. So we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program here. All right, making pretty good time here so far. So let's see, on our note card here, discuss 9/11, shared that story, check. Did our ad read, check. Clip of the week, check. Oh my God, number 3, okay, the recent back injury. I gotta be honest with you guys, we've joked about my back injuries in the past. By the way, rule number 1 of the podcast, we all know this, we don't talk about the gameplay, right? So whether I suck or I'm really good or anything in between, we're just not even gonna discuss it, so it doesn't even matter. You got fried right there. Okay, now we're done talking about it, per always. You all know the rules. So, yeah, suffering from a gnarly recent back injury. It happened at work, which I could kick myself. We're supposed to report injuries within like 48 hours that they happen at work, but it was Thursday. I don't work Fridays. I don't work weekends. You guys know this. So my thought process was, well, it'll be fine. I've had back injuries before. I was doing a transfer on a patient. A little bit bigger. I won't go into too much detail, but little bit bigger, and basically he was a max assist, which means I'm doing the like 75 to 100% of the work for this transfer. He's on the floor. I'm trying to help him stand, essentially. Then we can get into the wheelchair from there. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, I'm a physical therapist, is what my day job is, just so we're all clear. And I was helping him stand up, and for whatever reason, he had never done this to me before, but he just gave me all his body weight, legs, and then body dropped as we were starting to stand, and then he had his hands essentially like around the back of my, like, I guess like neck / back, so it was kind of like this, I suppose, on me, and he like jerked me down, and I was trying to catch him, obviously, at the exact same time, and it just, God, it did a number on my back. Like I said, we've joked about my back injuries before. VTice, you're so old, in your face, haha, get wrecked, noob, things like that. Normally I'm game for it. This one's different though. This one's a bad back injury. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work on Monday, for 1, tomorrow. For 2, I've never had it where I'm having like the numbness and tingling and like neurological symptoms going down the outside of my legs. So I'm a little bit worried about that. I didn't put in for a work, injured at work thing. It's past the 48 hours, so I'm screwed there. I could just kick myself. I thought I was going to be fine by now, to be perfectly honest with you, but I gotta be honest with you, not only is it not getting better, I could make an argument it's getting significantly worse, to be perfectly honest. So, I'm a little bit stressed out about that, but I'll message my supervisor on Monday if I'm not at work, and if I am, I don't know if I can do, like, I might have to be like light duty, but like if you're a physical therapist, there's not really such thing as light duty. I mean, you gotta transfer patients, things like that, so I don't know. I mean, we'll kind of keep on seeing how it goes. I didn't stream today, and honestly, a part of it was Sunday Scary Day horror stream. I cannot get jumped or jolted, or else it'll just it'll hurt like crazy. Like, it's one thing to get scared and jump, everyone laughs at you. I can live with that. I'm here for it. At the same time, it's an entirely different ball game. We're dealing with like physical pain and electric shocks every time I get scared now. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I said, it's been a pretty bad one. What did I write down on here? Anything else I wanted to say? What did I say? Recent back injury. Worst I've ever had. Said that. What is this? I wrote down channel injury. What does that even mean? I'm such an idiot. All right, well, I don't know what I meant by channel injury. I don't know if I was going to try to say, like, I can't do horror games because, you know, I got hurt doing the last one. I threw my back out. That's not true. That'd be a lie. I don't know why I wrote that down or what I meant by that. But anyways, yeah, so long story short, no, it's a bad one. It's legitimately not funny at all this go around like it has been in the past. So, we're going to see how that impacts work. Oh, I think I see what happened here. I don't think I differentiated where my bullet points were for what I wanted to say here. So the worst injury I've ever had, but I forgot to write injury in there. So that being said, I think what I was getting at was, and I at some point I was going to discuss this. I don't know if this is the right spot for it in terms of throughout this episode, but we'll say it anyways. Yeah, I've been highly motivated to try to get everything figured out and together. That way we can make a better attempt at the content creation and YouTube streaming, posting VODs, things like that. And I may or may not put this in the title. If I did, then you knew I was going to get to this at some point. But I'm ready to go full fucking send on the VTice channel. That being the podcast, that be posting VODs, that be with streaming. What that does not mean is streaming for 8 hours every single day. What that does not mean is content being pumped out every single day, though I'd like to get to a point where even at the very least it's a short. But I'd like to do, you know, the podcast every single week, post 1 or 2 VODs a week. How feasible is that? I'm not exactly sure. We'll kind of discuss more. Part of this is going to be, I'm going to kind of lay out, because people have asked what a day in the life of VTice looks like, both on the weekends. You know, how do I parlay content creation along with my work schedule, my social life, things like that. And I'm not the best at it. You guys all know that. Because I've been known to take hiatuses, and I've tried to list out a schedule that works for me, would work for you guys, that makes sense. And we'll kind of go through and highlight that, but that's kind of coming down the road. Yeah, that was all I wanted to say about that. It was just a gnarly fucking back injury that I'm trying to deal with right now. So hopefully it gets better. I'll keep you guys posted on that one. Legitimately cannot do a horror stream until it is, though, because if I was to jump and get jolted anytime soon, it's gonna be bad news, and I'm not gonna be able to continue the stream because I'm legitimately gonna break my back if it's not already broken. So can't rule that out either. But it's not funny at all. If you make fun of me in the comments, I'm gonna roast you. I'm not gonna be happy about it whatsoever. Just know that. All right, up next that we wanted to talk about was sworn enemies of the VTice channel. Reason why I wanted to bring this one up, got my back right now, I'm telling you right now. Oh, I forgot to even mention. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. Hey, we got a new member of the stream setup back here. So, say hello to Brutus, the official mascot of the Ohio State University. So the story behind him, my dad just drove out like 2 weeks ago or something. I asked him to bring this from our basement back home. So he drove from Ohio to Colorado with Brutus in the back seat. Probably looked like a freaking idiot doing it too. But I appreciate him bringing it out. There was a story behind how we got him. I didn't mean to be blocking him that entire time either. But yeah, and you guys all know NB23 in the chat and on the channel. He's my best friend from back home. We were at the local fair back home. And I can't remember if it was like the basketball shot or if it was like the baseball, like guess your speed. Like you throw 2 fastballs, then guess your third. I can't remember what exactly game it was. I should have asked him that before I started this. But he won one of those and he got that Brutus thing. Yeah, and like our basement back home is just decked out Ohio State. So he just let us have it. I know you guys are going to make jokes that my best friend back home won me a stuffed animal at the fair. I don't care. It's a sick stuffed animal. It's not even a stuffed animal. It's a stuffed mascot. I'm proud of it. And there's nothing you can say to make me feel ashamed by that. So don't even try. But all right. Anyways, getting back on track here. Oh, God, we're killing it on time. We're only 21 minutes in. So, yeah, like I said, I never know how long these are going to go. I write a bunch of stuff down that we can talk about. Then I either talk about them longer than I think that I would or shorter, and we'll just kind of see where it goes. I try to keep it around an hour, like I said, give or take 15-30 minutes or so. All right, number 4. Next thing we're going to talk about is sworn enemies of the VTice channel, which this has been a long time coming. In no particular order, Just in terms in the order in which I thought of them, to be perfectly honest with you. Number one, you already heard one of them, which was that ad read where I just shit on Twix candy bars, and I stand behind it too. Garbage ass candy bar. It's just like eating sand with like a little bit of chocolate dipped on it. So had to dunk on them for our sponsored ad read, so we already got that one out of the way. So there's that. The reason why I don't like Twix, and I was just gonna kind of highlight as well reasons why I'm not a fan of these, is pretty much just that. For some reason, everyone's such a big fan. Like Wild Bill and Coach just like could not believe that I said that it was a bad candy bar, and they insulted my intelligence. And everything they could think of. They insulted me with everything under the sun because I said Twix sucked, and it does. Basically, I don't even know why people like it. If you've ever had one, if you bite into it, or if you were to like crack it open with your hands, if you were like holding, so if I was like holding the candy bar like this and I cracked it open, it would just dumps out sand. And it's so dry, you got to make sure you have a half gallon of water or milk next to you. Because it's so garbage and like so much, it's just all sand. I don't understand why people even like it. It's like, yeah, it's like a nougat or a nugget, however you even pronounce it, covered in chocolate. It's so good, left and right. There's no difference. They're all sand. I mean, maybe there's like some difference between like, well, yeah, the sand is underneath the caramel on the left Twix, and it's on top, like the sand is on top of the caramel on the right Twix. It doesn't matter though, because you're still just eating sand. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just a garbage candy bar. It's just unbelievably overrated, and I don't think it deserves the rating that it gets. I don't know why people like it. It just makes me mad that people like it. So yeah, public enemy number one is it's kind of ruined some friendships with me arguing about it, which it is what it is. I don't really want to be friends with people that are fans of Twix anyways. You know what's funny? For those of you that were in the stream the one time when we did that candy bar tier list, I think at one point I said something to the effect, obvious hyperbole, obvious satire, but I said something to the effect of like, well, if you like Twix, if you think Twix is an S tier, then I just think you're a bad person. And I had someone comment on like a video or a post after the fact. I was just like, hey, V, just wanted to let you know, I actually like Twix. I think they're pretty good, and I don't appreciate what you said. To judge someone's character and the content of said character based on their candy bar preference is ridiculous, and you're kind of a ridiculous person. It was like one of those where I don't know what my state of mind was when I read it, but it kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you, where it's just like, how could you not understand like how obvious like the hyperbole is? And you know what I'm saying that? And it still kind of pisses me off just thinking about it. Was like called me out publicly on it because I said people were like, you're a bad person. Like, for the record, if you like nerds or you like Twix, I think you can still be a good person. Just so we're clear here, allow me to cover this up real quick, if that's all right. I just adamantly disagree, and I'm like stuttering. I'm getting so worked up over this. It's just like the fact that you would take me serious on that. You know what I mean? Like, for the record, I disagree with your candy bar preferences, but I don't actually think you're a terrible human. Like, I don't put you up there with like murderers if you like Twix candy bars. For the record, just so we're all on the same page, allow me to clarify that if that joke went over your head. So yeah, it pissed me off though at the time. I fired back at him too. I think I ended up like deleting their comment and mine because I came back a little bit strong, if I remember correctly. So it was probably for the best just to get that out of there. And I think we like got into it over it. But anyways, you're not actually a bad person, but for the sake of the joke, you're a bad person, right? If you like Twix. Try to stay with me on that one. Okay. Twix bar out of there. Stream elements. My God, stream elements. A bunch of snakes. Make sure you tell anyone you know that is affiliated with stream elements that I said that. I legitimately hate stream elements. And allow me to tell you why. So, early on, I think we had started on maybe just Twitch when I was starting streaming. Maybe it was YouTube and Twitch. I can't remember the exact timeline. But anyways, starting to grow a little bit. People were asking for merch. Was anyone actually gonna buy it? Probably not. But it was like kind of fun. You know, the channel was starting to boom a little bit. By my standards, boom, that is. And so people would ask for merch. I was like, it'd be fun to make, and if nobody buys it, that's fine. It'll just stay on there, and if anybody ever wants to buy it, then they certainly can. So I did all this. I spent days and hours and hours and hours, days over days for weeks, making all of this merch on Stream Elements. They like had, I don't know if it was their official site or if it was a site they were affiliated with. Again, Stream Elements. I'm going to keep saying their name because they're a bunch of snakes, douchebag idiots. And after I made all the merch, I ordered probably, God, I want to say it was discounted because it was trial merch. I was like, well, I'm not going to put it out there until I run a trial version on it, see what it looks like, make sure the quality's okay, see how it all turns out. Because I was like, oh, I'm sure I probably fucked this up at some point or another. So allow me to fall on the sword first to realize that X, Y, and Z needs to be fixed before, God forbid anyone else orders it and it's just like the logo's all jacked up, or something like that. So I ordered just a piss load of trial merch because I wanted to see everything and see how it looked. So these were hats, these were shorts, these were sweatpants, these were shirts, sweatshirts, you name it, is kind of what I ordered. I don't remember what the total was, but it was a lot of money. It was well over $100 worth, probably closer to $200 if I had to guess. And they never sent it. And they took my money. They never gave me a solution. I emailed their support team, who was anything but supportive. They didn't help me at all. They just took my money and were like, yeah, send your order number and we'll get you helped out. So like you email the support team. I emailed them. Okay, here's your request order help number. Send this to this email. Well, I did it, and they did nothing to help me. They just act like I didn't even exist, pretended like it swept me under the rug, never refunded me, never sent the merch, never even responded to my emails trying to help me. It's still an ongoing battle, and I'm still trying to get this resolved because I refuse. I wake up in like a cold sweat some nights. This is in regards to how Stream Elements walked all over me. And then, of course, like, to add insult to injury, Stream Elements still shows up on my Twitch feed when I go live. Hey, VTice is live. Come in and enjoy. It's like, shut up. Get out of here. I didn't want you here. I tried to delete my profile off of Stream Elements. They still show up in my Twitch feed. I don't know why. I can't get them out. So then it's just like they're like dancing on my grave. It just pisses me off to no end. And they won't help me. They will not help me. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't even care about the merch. I took the store down anyways. Just give me my money back at this point. We'll call it good. They won't send me my money. They, like I said, they won't help. I just keep on ranting in circles here because I'm so pissed off about it. But you get the idea. So, Public Enemy number 2. Again, in no particular order, because they are above the Twix Candy Bar if we were to rank my sworn enemies. So, Stream Elements, second one on the list. I think that's pretty much everything for why I hate them, if I had to guess. So, all right, let's see here. Oh, okay, next one, Universal Studios. Why? Why, VTice? Why do you hate Universal Studios? Well, because they shut down my entire stream like a month ago or something for showing a trailer of The Exorcist. Chino gets an assist for this one, by the way, because he recommended it. I didn't want to watch it anyways, because as you guys know, I don't like horror. Looked pretty scary to me. So long story short, we're watching a trailer on the live stream, the chat as well as myself, and it was with the new Exorcist movie coming out whenever. I'm not going to promote that, obviously, both because it's a horror movie and because Universal Studios is on my shit list. But anyways, so basically we had watched the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer on the channel like a couple days prior or something. And no problems. And then next thing you know, like a week later or something, a couple days later, we watched the new Exorcist trailer on there, both from Universal Studios. And then they shut the entire live stream down right then and there. Like it was nothing. They shut the live stream down without, I didn't even realize it, so I looked like a fucking idiot. I was sitting there talking, and then like chat was talking about like, oh, there goes the stream. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, there's a strike. Yeah, what happened to the stream? This, that, and the other. What's going on here? And I was just like, what are you guys talking about? Like, I'm right here. Wait, what do you mean? Like, yeah, this is a pretty scary trailer, huh, guys? And again, I didn't even realize that the stream was shut down. I pulled it up on my phone, and then it was, I can't remember what it said. It was like the stream was shut down due to violating our our usage rights or some bullshit like that. So yeah, it had completely shut it down. To my knowledge, we didn't get a strike. I don't know. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. But I never got a message notification or anything. I don't check my email that much. That's affiliated with YouTube, so it could be on there for all we know. So we may or may not have gotten a strike for it. But like I said, it was like days earlier we had just watched a different Universal Studios trailer, that being the Five Nights at Freddy's one. So I don't know. I don't know why they did that. Wasn't cool. If anything, I mean, I'm fully aware there's probably like 5 people in there on the live stream, so it's not like, yeah, I was doing you a favor because now more people are going to go watch your shitty fucking movie because of me. You know, I don't feel that way at all, and I wouldn't be naive enough to think so. At the same time, it's just the principle of it. Why would you shut it down? You know, I understand you own it, but why would you shut down any live streamer who's just like showing a trailer of your movie? I'm like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Oh, that's cool. We were talking about like the first Exorcism movie and things like that, or Exorcist, whatever it's called. And it was the fact that we had just watched a Universal Studios trailer days prior. So, gripe number 2 with Universal Studios. Let's see here. I'm crossing these off the list at the exact same time, or else I'm going to go on the same rant as another one. Quick one here. Domino's Pizza, the shittiest pizza in the history of human civilization. I think we can all agree on that. Another one where I've called out the character of people that like it. Again, just to be clear, not literally. You're not a terrible human. You're not the equivalent of a murderer if you like Domino's Pizza. You just have shitty taste in pizza, and I question how you were raised. You know, it's essentially cardboard with ketchup on it. And if you get crazy, like, you could throw like some pepperonis on there that might as well be like, I don't know, paper mache. It's just a dog shit pizza, and I don't think there's much debate to be had. But for some reason, people claim that they like it. I swear to God, this one's got to be trolling me. I don't know which one's more ridiculous, is if you like Domino's Pizza or if you like the Twix candy bars, you know? But either way, I think I just question your taste buds, and I question everything about you and like the content of your character if you do like either. The other thing that no one ever wants to talk about that I think is so what's the right way to word this? That is so telling about how shitty of a pizza place they are. You ever see their commercials now? Their commercials are just like, yeah, sorry we're such a dog shit pizza company, but here's how we're trying to get better. Here's some loaded tots. And I was talking to somebody, and I'm almost positive, maybe it was my roommate, but I almost thought it was like Hughes or Coach or something. But one of them was like, yeah, but have you ever had their subs? Their subs are pretty good. And my rebuttal to that is like, well, their subs might be okay. Doesn't it bother you, though, that this is a pizza place and you go there for the subs, though? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm like talking to a brick wall when I have this discussion with whoever that was. I think it was my roommate. But anyways, their ads are literally, yeah, this is just unacceptable. We've been so dog shit for so long. Like, you know, we're a terrible pizza place, but we're trying to get better, and here's how. You know, here's our app. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, what a horrible marketing strategy. There's no way this has worked. There's no way that marketing strategy worked in terms of, yeah, we're a terrible pizza place, and here's all the reasons why we're so bad, but you should give us another chance. It's like, nah, dude, do an ad about how good we are and why you should order from us. That tells me everything I need to know right there. Domino's Pizza. Yeah, I go there for the subs and the loaded tots. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke of a pizza establishment. And that's why I hate Domino's. There was also another time where I had ordered Domino's. This is before I had seen the light. Probably when I was like, I don't know, like maybe like 18. So like my brain wasn't fully developed yet. So I ordered Domino's one time. And I can't remember. I had some issue with like, they didn't, I don't know if I went to go there for pickup and like they just like didn't make it. Or if they were supposed to deliver it, then it just like never got delivered. They're like, yeah, I don't know, we delivered it, dude. So anyways, like, thanks for your money. And so it was kind of like almost like a Stream Elements vibe to it in that case. I had some issue with like where I had to pay and I never even got my pies or anything. So I hold that one against him too. Again, that was a while ago. That would have been close to like a decade ago before I came to my damn senses and I realized how ass Domino's was, just a company and pizza establishment. So Domino's makes the cut as well. All right, I had to take a quick break because I was getting so heated there after Dominoes. So again, this is in no particular order. However, if there was to be a number one, it would maybe be this one. Minecraft. Minecraft is, what's a good analogy? Now, Minecraft is one where you are the equivalent to a murderer in my eyes if you think Minecraft is a good game or a game worth playing. Now I'm being dead serious. I actually question the content of your character. I actually think you're a bad person if you like Minecraft and that bullshit stupid fucking Steve guy from it. It pisses me off that I've gotten intel. I haven't played the most recent Super Smash Bros game for the not the Wii, the Switch, Smash Ultimate. But it pisses me off to no end. Why is Steve the most OP character? That is the most ridiculous thing anyone's ever said to me in my entire life. And I'm still bothered by that. Why? What does he do? He has a shitty wooden pickaxe and can stack Legos. So therefore he could whoop Mario's ass? I think not. He could whoop Bowser's ass. He could whoop Metroid's ass. Excuse me, Samus. It's the dumbest thing anyone, whoever made that decision deserves to be fired on the spot, and there's no debate about it. I understand we don't talk about the podcast, or the gaming video on the podcast. This is bad. That's really bad. I smoked that kill so bad. Anyways, you guys know the rules. We don't talk about the podcast. God, I can't even talk now. I'm just getting so worked up over Minecraft. We don't talk about the gaming, the gameplay on the podcast. This is bad. I remember the lobby flamed me for this one too. They absolutely cooked me in the lobby for smoking that kill, and rightfully so. I deserved it. Okay, but anyways, so where does Minecraft stem from? I knew I was too old to play it. I knew it. I knew it wasn't for me. It wasn't my game, and I accepted it. I accepted that I'm getting older. I'm officially old in the era of gaming, where, you know, I'm on my rocker, like, yeah, back in my day, we had Halo 2. You guys wouldn't even know, right? And I can accept that. So I knew Minecraft wasn't the game for me. I could just watch it, and I was like, I don't really care about, like, all the, you know, the building aspect of it. Doesn't really float my boat. It's not for me. And people insisted that we play it. So what I learned, oh yeah, it's a free game, sick. Well, then they charge you $5 so you can have your own server. So we make the VTice server. Everyone just kills me the whole time and is saying, hey, you should put this mod in. You should put this mod in. Yeah, it'd be sweet, dude. You should do X, Y, and Z. And I was like game for it. I was like, look, I'll try anything once, most things twice. But guys, I'm telling you, like, I don't think I'm really gonna like this game that much. And it was awful. Everyone just killed me nonstop. The modifications sucked that you all wanted, like the cheats or whatever it's called that you wanted me to put in for it. They were all trash. And on top of that, I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, well, what am I supposed to do? Am I just like playing Legos virtually? Which is fine if that's the case. If that's what I'm supposed to do, that's what I'm supposed to do. Fine, I'll play Legos. Yeah, okay, I have to go collect the wood or the dirt or the whatever, sand. Same sand they put in the Twix bars, by the way. But so it was just like the most dog shit game, and I'm sitting there like asking everybody, okay, but what do I do? And they're like, well, what do you mean? You just walk around and build stuff. So I tried to walk around and build stuff, and they're like, well, no, you gotta go fight this dragon. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I get to the dragon? Well, type in this cheat code. So I type in the cheat code to go fight this dragon, unannounced to me that I'm literally sitting there with a wooden pickaxe and like a dream, and I'm supposed to beat the Ender Dragon or whatever it's called with just that. So I get completely shit on by the dragon. Everyone's laughing and making fun of me. I'm like, okay, well, how do I beat the dragon? Well, put in these cheat codes and get this equipment, and you should be good to go. And it's just like the whole entire thing, and like the whole entire concept of Minecraft is just so stupid to me, from top to bottom. It makes no sense, and I hate that everyone's such a massive fan of it because it's such a trash game. The graphics suck. You know, we could go on and on about it. I should have wrote down like specific notes versus me just going on like a random rant about it. But basically, where it starts and ends is like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know why I have to pay to have a server so everyone can just kill me in it. I just think it's a trash game, and I get tired of everyone telling me to play it. when I don't even think you guys enjoy it that much either. I don't get it, I guess, is where it's at. Like, I'm too old for it, so stop asking me to play it because you're a bad person if you like Minecraft anyways. Like, why would I care about your, like, you probably also eat Twix, Nerds, and Dominoes, you know, and like order from Stream Elements. So that's kind of my beef with my gripe with Minecraft. I just don't get it, and I think it's a shitty game. So there's that. All right, we got 2 more here. We're doing better on time. We're closing about 45 minutes or so, which I guess I'll edit some out, so it's probably closer to 40 minutes or so, I guess. But, okay, let's see here. So there's a YouTube channel made by YouTube, and it's called YouTube Audio Library Music for Creators. Great concept. Love it. So, you know, so some smaller musicians, they can get noticed, win, and creators such as myself, we can use their music royalty free. Cool. You know, music for the channel. That's great. Here's the problem. Problem is, you guys, let me turn this other light on real quick as well so you guys can maybe see my face a little bit better. It just feels like it's dark in here, no? All right, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I can't really tell. So hopefully it's a little bit better. Where was I going with that? So, oh yeah, here's the problem. Problem is, these creators that make the music, they either, you know, get bigger or their songs become popular and they now license the music out. So what happens is little old VTice, minding his own business over there, played this song on his stream 12 months ago, but now that song is now licensed, so we demonetize that video, or they leave the song on their free music page because, I don't know, maybe YouTube doesn't know about it. And then so what happens is it just demonetizes every video you've ever done that has, and I like made a playlist out of all this music that now I have to go through and trim out each segment or mute each segment, which isn't like a big deal for me because nobody goes back and watches my old live streams, but it's just annoying because, like, if I was bigger and people would go back and watch the live streams, or if I made a video and that music is now licensed, so I can't use it without the license that I don't have because I didn't need it originally because it came from the YouTube, you know, free creator music playlist. Now I have to go through, like I said, mute, trim out that segment, or try to get a license for it. But that it's just like, it's so annoying because what it should do, in my opinion, and I'm sure this is easier said than done, but what it should do is it should, sorry, I caught watching the gameplay there, which we're not going to talk about. But what it should do is, like, so if it gets licensed on September 10th, 2023, from then on, if you use that song. But if you use the song a year ago, September 10th, 2022, on a stream or on a video or something, it shouldn't, it shouldn't demonetize that video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a whole cat and mouse game of, well, now you can't use this. Now you have to pay to use this song, which is fine. Great. Go get your money if you're a music creator. But if I previously used it when it was free to use, like, what are we going to do about this? You know what I mean? So that's my rant on that one. I just think it's a little bit annoying that you have to, like, retrograde back to whenever you use this song when it was free to use. And it's just frustrating. So there's my rant on that one. I think that page could use a lot more work personally. It's a good idea. It's a good concept, but it ends up being more headaches than it solves. In my personal opinion. So, YouTube Audio Library, I'm gonna have to stop using them. They're also a sworn enemy for that reason. Okay, last one here, gang. It's hard to, like, put this on, like, a sole entity. You're gonna have to bear with me here. Viewers that fake emergencies. This is live stream viewers that fake emergencies. So basically we had an issue. I'm sure we won't be seeing this viewer again. We haven't seen him since. This was probably like a month or two ago. But basically, and I understand that they're kids, and I get that. But there's a population of live stream viewers that, whether it be for attention, whether it be for a good laugh, whether it be to troll, you can pick your reasoning why. I don't know the exact reason. I'm sure everybody's different that does this. But viewers will come into a live stream and then they'll fake an emergency. And so what happens is, like in this most recent examples, so, and then they like fake their deaths and stuff too, which it puts the streamer in a really tough spot, because 99 out of 100 times they're obviously fake. It's the internet. Let's call a spade here. If nobody wants to say it, I'll say it. But this most recent incident, we had a viewer that was like, I'm trying to think of exactly what they said. It was something to the effect of, OMG VTice, you're not going to believe this. My ring alarm is going off, and now my ring alarm was going off. That somebody was at the front door, but it's like midnight. Like how could this be? And then they were like, yeah, like my house alarm went off. Like my parents aren't home, so like I think that somebody's inside my house. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, let's think of this logically for a minute here. Let's say hypothetically that's true. Ring alarm was going off, somebody's outside. And then let's think logically that the house alarm was going off, somebody did break in. What sane, reasonable human then goes to a guy playing Fall Guys, you know, probably like bitching about lily leapers or something, and then with somebody in their house writes into the chat, oh my god, dude, somebody's in here, dude, I'm gonna have a fight to the death here. You know what I mean? So like, you mean to tell me that somebody's in your house potentially about ready to rob you or murder you, and your thought process is to type it into the YouTube chat, and you want me to buy that? You know what I mean? It just like, it doesn't add up. Nobody would do that. Me personally, if somebody broke into my house, I'd be, I don't know, hiding, preparing to fight to the death, trying to get that person out, calling the cops. I don't know. I wouldn't go into Yugi's stream and go, dude, holy cow, somebody's inside my house. I hear him coming up the stairs. Like, I'm about ready to get it on and fight this dude to the death. You know what? It's just like, so it's like obviously fake. All logic points to it's obviously fake. And then you put the streamer / creator in that spot where they have to make a decision. Do they choose to show no empathy here and blow it off and then potentially look like a total douchebag to everybody watching? You know what I mean? Of like, they don't care, but like at the same time, anyone who's ever done like the streamer, like the creator side of things, they've gone down this road before, so it does kind of desensitize you to it. You know, like early on in my streaming career, we had a guy that said he was dying, and you know, there was all these holes in his story. Then he eventually admitted he was lying about it. And like, that one was like, he was like, what did he say? He said that he was like at the hospital. Doctor said he had like 20 minutes left to live. He probably said like an hour, 2 hours or something. They were like, well, are your parents? Somebody in chat asked him, like, well, are your parents there? Because we, like, I think he had already said, like, his age was, like, 13 or something. And then he was like, no, I don't want them to see me die. And we're all just sitting there like, bro, come on. I mean, what are we doing? You know what I mean? And then he, like I said, he eventually admitted it. And then like, it never came back. Or he changed his name and then came back. So he could still be in there. Could be watching this. We had another one where it was like, yeah, VTice, I got diagnosed with cancer today, so I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have to live. So if I do kick the bucket, then like my brother will come in on my account and let you know that like I passed. And so it's like you know, you offer your condolences and everything because you just don't know. You're skeptical, but you just don't know, unfortunately, in the internet. It'd be nice if we could believe everybody, but it's just not realistic on the internet. It was like the next day, his brother came in and was like, yeah, he passed. And, you know, for anyone who's had anyone affected or who has been affected by cancer, you're fully aware is that you typically don't get it diagnosed on a Wednesday, then pass on a Thursday. Not typically how it works, so it just didn't add up. I called him on it, and he admitted to it, that it was BS. Haven't seen him again either, or he changed his name and he's still in here, one way or the other. So yeah, that deserves a spot on people that I hate, even though I understand that they're kids and they're idiots, and we've all been idiots at one point in time in our lives when we're children. So yeah, that's a tough one though. That's a tough one to deal with, and I do get tired of dealing with it quite often because it makes me look like a fucking douchebag. you know, and it's just not like a subject you play around with, right? I'm sure there will be more added to the list over time. We shall see. I'm sure I could probably think of some more sworn enemies to the channel. We may cover this again, but that pretty much chalks it up into like the sworn enemies category. There's things that I don't like. There's pet peeves of some of the viewers doing stuff like that. But that would essentially be the gist of it in terms of the sworn enemies of the VTice channel. So there you go. All right, moving right along here. Still making fairly decent time, I would say, so that we should be able to keep this right around an hour or so. I always like to give you guys a content creation tip. You know this. So the tip for today, something that I do highly, highly recommend is I do everything on note cards. You can do it on your computer. Doesn't matter to me. You know, on your phone or whatever. I highly recommend a going live checklist. So for instance, I should have written it out and then showed it to you guys on my computer or something. I did not though. So basically the going live checklist. I do this because there's things that I forget. And then there's things that if you don't check before you go live, it can kind of derail your live stream before it even starts. So my going live checklist, it has 5 different things. So number 1 is before you hit that live stream button, check the camera and audio. So a lot of times people have a camera or a screen that looks something like this. And it's the going live. So let me turn the countdown timer off really quick. So you have something about going live. Now, what I recommend is opening up your actual screens. So for instance, I may go to this screen, check and make sure, okay, my camera's working. I see myself on the camera, check. For anyone who uses a streaming software, you know, it shows your microphone, your computer audio. Test it. Play a song. Make sure that the computer audio is picking up audio. Talking to the mic, make sure the mic is picking up your voice, because there's times where that's happened to me and they can't hear you. And when you want to fix it is before the live stream starts, not before. You saw my countdown timer. That's on there. So I'll keep these in order. I'm coming back to it. If you're monetized, to my knowledge, there's probably a way to do this where it automatically sets. I've tried to find it. I can't. So I check my camera, my audio. I go to my YouTube studio. I make sure my monetization is turned on for that video. So that's a big one. If you are monetized, make sure that it's turned on for said live stream. I go to my music, whether that be Spotify or the YouTube, although I'm not doing the YouTube creator playlist or whatever it is anymore, because that just screws me in the end. Make sure you have your stream music ready to go. If you play music for if you get raided, make sure that's pulled up ready to go. If you have outro music, make sure that's pulled up ready to go, so you don't have these delays when they come, right? So just get ahead of the curve. So make sure all that's pulled up. Then I have the number 3, go live. Number 4, turn on that countdown that you saw. And then number 5 is, and this is just for me, is to pop out the YouTube chat. That way I have my YouTube and Twitch chat right next to each other. So, and then everything's ready to go. So then once you're ready to go live and you're ready to pop up on camera, you're ready to go. You know that people can hear you. You know that, the camera's going to pick you up. You got your music ready. You're ready for, if you're lucky enough to where someone raids you, then you're ready, versus if someone raids you and then it's a matter of, let me pull my music up real quick. You don't want to kill the vibe when a raid comes. That's your time to kind of pop off and try to entertain both whoever raided you and their audience as well as yours, because that's cool. If someone does that, you don't want to screw it up once they come in, or like make them have to delay or wait and kill the hype. That's time to fucking party at that point. So I recommend having a checklist, and you may have some different things on there. You may want to put. Make sure you have your water next to you. Make sure your water, for those of you that know, if you know, you know. You may want to have, make sure you eat beforehand, or do whatever you gotta do beforehand so that everything's ready to go. Make sure the area behind you is all cleaned up. Make sure Brutus is looking good behind you before you go live. Things like that. So you can tailor that to yourself. Just a little helpful tip. I'm a big believer in the note cards, writing a lot of things down, and having that checklist for you. So a lot of people have asked me, hey V, what's a day in the life look like for you? You can't stream every single day, so why not? So how do you kind of balance everything out? Well, I'll show you. I did write this down. for you guys. So let me pull this bad boy up real quick. So this I have on my note cards. It helps me stay on schedule. I probably need this more than a lot of you guys do personally. All right, let me go window capture. Make sure there's no information on the screen that I don't want. We should be good there. Here we go. Oh, is it not going to pull up now? Come on. Why is this not pulling up now? See, this is what I'm talking about. And I even checked this beforehand, too. Now it's not pulling up. Okay, let's just go display capture then. Get it up this way. Cool. So I kind of wrote out just like a rough draft of like what a typical day looks like for me. People have been asking me about it, so I thought I'd share it on here. So I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. I'm off Friday through Sunday. We will get to more of the weekend plans. These are kind of changing right now during the college football season, but this is the point where I want to bring up again. We're going to try to ramp this channel up a little bit. So I'll probably make some modifications and some tweaks to this. And I feel very motivated to try to level up the channel and everything. So let's kind of go into detail here. And that the ramp up period is kind of more of a time commitment, if you will, Friday through Sunday, because there's just stuff that I can't do throughout the week. So Monday through Thursday, I typically wake up around 5:15 to 5:30. I then get to the gym around 5:45 or 6, and then I work out for about an hour and 15 minutes. I shower at the gym, then I head straight to work. Work is pretty close to where my gym is. So 5:15 wake up, 5:45 to 7. Takes me about 15 minutes to get ready, 15 minutes to drive to the gym, maybe about 20 minutes to get ready, 10 minutes to drive to the gym. Then I work out about an hour, 15 minutes to about 7. Shower at the gym, get ready for work, head to work. Usually get there, between 7:45 and 8. I work 4 10s. That's 4 shifts, 4 10-hour shifts. There's my 40 hours in the week. So I work from about 8 to 6, give or take. Sometimes I stay a little bit later. Sometimes I get there a little bit earlier. But roughly about 10 hours a day. So roughly, let's say 8 to 6 p.m. Takes me, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes to get home. So I get home around 6:30, give or take. That's when I try to eat really quick. And then I from 7 eat for about 30 minutes. And then from 7 to about 9:15, that's when I do. So when I say notes, like I said earlier, I'm a physical therapist. So I have patient documentation. So all the patients that I saw, if I didn't finish their notes / their documentation about what we did that day, I then do that in that 2-hour time frame, 2 hour 15 minutes, give or take. And if I get done with my notes, then I can do some editing. Where I'm contemplating changing this up is that could be a quick, short little hour and a half, 2-hour stream, if need be, which I may do on like Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see. So pretty much the exact same schedule on Tuesdays, 5:15 to about 9:30 when I go to bed. Wednesdays, yeah, about the same as well on Wednesdays, I suppose, as well. Like I said, I've thought about adding in streaming either Wednesdays or Mondays. Tuesdays are my busiest day of the week, so that's not feasible to stream. That's when the podcast will drop, and that's why you guys are going to see it on this coming Tuesday. And then Thursdays is where things change, because I don't work the next day. So now, same wake up time, still go to the gym, still same thing with work, eat at the same time. But now I can stream for about 2-3 hours, given everything. Sometimes I have to get some work done, and I have those deadlines for Friday morning. So I can't always stream, but I'm going to try to be more consistent, stay on top of everything. That's why that Monday through Wednesday, that 7 to 9:15 block is so important, because I'm working ahead, so I don't have to worry about it Thursday through Sunday. It's kind of the idea behind it. So I'm hoping to be more consistent with streaming on Thursdays. I go to bed a little bit later, about an hour later, so lights out around 10:30. Friday, wake up at 6. Saturday, wake up at 7. Sunday, wake up at 7. Still go to the gym. I hit the grocery store up on Fridays when I get done working out. Let's see here. This is where I finish up my miscellaneous work for about 3 hours. So I might have emails I have to get to. I might have more patient notes. Just different things, different projects for work and stuff I may have to get done. That's why I try to get my yard work done middle of the day, 1 to 2:30, give or take. So vacuuming, cleaning the house, doing yard work, things like that. I do think it's important to highlight this. So then I have another block, and I may finish the house and yard work in an hour. I don't have a huge yard, so I can finish that yard work, let's say in 45 minutes, and I might not have much housework to do or something. So now this 2:30 to 4 o'clock window turns into 2 to 4 o'clock, or 1:45 to 4 o'clock p.m. This is where I can now do some editing, but I do want to highlight, and I think I've said this to you before, do not sacrifice time with your friends and family for your content creation. I'm going to say that again. Do not sacrifice time with family and friends for content creation. I adamantly stand behind that. I understand if you're going to make this a full-time gig, which many of you want to, and like I said, I want to as well. I think when we first started this, I told you guys, yeah, if it happens, great. I'm just kind of winging it. It's a fun hobby. I'm getting into a space, though, where I feel more motivated. I'm having more fun with it. And I'd like to get into a spot where I could do this more full-time. So it highlights the let's fucking send this kind of mindset, right? Enough dicking around. Let's do this thing. So that being said, I prioritize calling my family and friends, because you never know when a day is going to come where you can't call them. And I refuse to have that feeling of regret where I didn't call my grandmother, I didn't call my mom, I didn't call my friends back home, X, Y, and Z. And I would preach that the same exact thing to you guys as well. It's important. You can't leave people behind that helped you get to where you are because you're excited and you want to do this full send on this content creation route. It's great. It's great you're motivated. It is. But at the same time, I just think it's a sacrifice that you should not make. If my sister invites me over to her house for dinner or something, and it's a chance to go hang out with my nephew, hang out with my sister, her husband, I'm gonna take that opportunity and take that invitation. And then so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I try to add in a cardio block, whether that be go for a run, go for a walk, whatever the case may be, quick 30-minute cardio, trying to keep the body healthy, keep the mind healthy, right? Because it can eat you up. It's hard sometimes. So you can't just put your entire physical and mental health into this and not take care of it, because it'll derail you over time. And I ran into that. So half-hour block for some cardio, get outside, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D, get the heart rate going a little bit. Eat at 4:30, and then a 6-hour stream from 5 to 11, lights out. You can't always do this. Didn't do it this week because I got offered to hang out with some friends, so I took them up on the opportunity. But that's something where, you weigh in the sacrifices you have to make. Do I want to go out to the brewery and go drink and hang out with friends, or do I want to stream and try to, get some new content? Sorry, I have the hiccups right now. Saturday, pretty similar, I'd say. So wake up now at 7, get that hour and a half training in, record the podcast. I'm doing this on a Sunday, but I have the block there for Saturdays. With Ohio State football and college football in general, that's where my passion kind of lies. I will never miss an Ohio State football game. That being said, where I'm willing to make a sacrifice is to miss other college football games. So I'll never stream during an Ohio State game. I'll always watch that with my sister, her husband, nephew, some friends, family, whatever the case may be. There's a block in there for editing, so that just kind of shifts around week to week based on, does Ohio State play at 10 o'clock Mountain Time? Do they play at 6 o'clock Mountain Time, right? And so it kind of changes it. So if they're a primetime game, like when they play Notre Dame here in 2 weeks, then I'll stream early, during some other games, and won't stream that night, right? Things like that. I still have a block in there for cardio, still have a block to eat. There's my streaming block, so there's my long day. There's 7 hours of streaming right there. Lights out at 11:30, then finishing up with Sunday, 7 a.m. wake-up call. Go to the gym, train, prioritize your health, physical and mental. I can't back that up enough. It's important. You gotta take care of yourself first, and if you don't, it will show in your content creation and lack thereof. Sunday, I do laundry. I also lay my clothes out for the week so that I don't have to think about it during the week. I know what I'm wearing, Monday through Thursday at least. Lay out my workout clothes, lay out my work clothes, so then it's out there, it's good to go. Which probably sounds kind of childish, but I stand behind it. So I do laundry, lay out clothes, get some editing done, stream, that time's going to differ. If Ohio State plays at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, I won't stream at 11:30 because this game will still go on. I'll stream later. No, I'm sorry. That's Sunday I'm talking about. Forgive me. I may watch the Browns game or something, but NFL I just don't have as much stock into because the Browns have sucked forever. So a little bit of a longer stream, what is that? 4.5 hours roughly for Sundays, give or take. Sadly, big fat ugly L. We do horror games on Sundays. And then, let's see, we still want to get that cardio in. Like I said, even if it's a light, easy walk outside just to clear the brain a little bit, get a little bit of more exercise in, eat at 4:30. Then it's a big editing day for me, edit the podcast from 5 to 9, and then lights out at 9:30, then we're back to the top. So that's what a typical week looks like for me. As I've gotten, my feet underneath, because I recently took a new job roughly, 2-3 months ago, something like that. There's a little bit of an adjustment period, I suppose, so I wasn't the best at maintaining this, but I'm in a spot now where I feel much more comfortable with that. So that's kind of what a day in the life looks like for the stream and everything. So, or just the content creation side and how I balance that with, social life, your family, things like that, work, school for some of you guys, things like that. I recommend making a schedule. Not all of you, not all your brains are wired the same way mine is. This just helps for me. So, yeah, hopefully that's helpful for some of you guys, though. But yeah, no, so that's a podcast. I think we did fairly well on time. It's showing me we've gone for about 1 hour and 14 minutes, give or take or so. There's some editing out I'm gonna have to do on this. Trying to get better at doing my uhs and my ums and taking those out and not saying them as much in general, both when I'm live, when I'm recording VODs, or I'm doing the podcast. But it's good to be back. It's fun, man. I enjoy doing this. Like I said, we still don't have a name for it. I've asked some of you guys for suggestions, but like the VTice podcast, I feel like I just sound like such a douche if I say that. Hey, welcome to my podcast. You know what I mean? Like I don't like the way that rolls off. So we'll just keep it at no name until we come up with something, or we just never name it, and that's that. Yugs has a good one. The Yugi sit down. I'm a big fan. I could have never pulled that, though. He's way more creative than I am on it. So thank you so much all for watching. Thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. For those of you that watched all the way through, my first question is why? Why would you do that? I'm fully aware this isn't all that entertaining. I always hope to try to help you guys with the content creation, both with kind of creating your schedules in this case. And what was the other one? The going live checklist. Things like that you could do. You could do the same checklist for your VODs and things like that as well. So, but yeah, I'm hoping to get back on track with posting these every single Tuesday. And I'll probably cut up some of the VODs as well, or I'll cut up the podcast and make them into VODs, if that makes sense. So, and post those separately. Who are VTice's sworn enemies? Here's a content creation tip for you guys. Things like that. So, because not everyone wants to sit through an hour-long podcast, and I don't blame you. For the record, don't blame me at all. But for everyone who did, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Also, we have a new outro here. I'm just going to try to kind of tinker around with and kind of mess with and try out. Let me know what you think. So all that being said, though, we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. I don't plan on taking as long of a delay. Like I said, let's full fucking send this content creation thing. I'm going to hope to be a lot of a better content creator for all you guys. We will see you guys in the next one. We'll see you. Peace. Ends when the beat drops. Should I do like this maybe? Should I clap? We could maybe do that. Let's try the clap this time. I'll try like the elbow next time. No, let's do elbow. Let's do elbow. Let's see how that works. So, all right, here you go. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, y'all.